emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they go to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday, December 16th at noon. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as January 15th. Just a quick note related to that. This is the last week that Marvel will have anything on the FOC until the beginning of the year. Consequently, the next couple shows might be a little bit short. Many of the Marvel single issues on FOC this week will be available as far out as February 5th. So just keep that in mind when you're doing orders for Marvel Comics. And also keep it in mind when you don't see any Marvel Comics on the FOC for the next couple of weeks. All right. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let me get out of the way and show you around. Once you sign into Comichub, once you sign into Comichub, you'll see the following banners. Aside items is everything in store for you currently waiting to be paid for and picked up or shipped. Behind the green banner is all the carousels we will be looking at today. Clicking through there, you see the top carousel is current search. I was just searching for Daniel Warren Johnson books this morning, so this is a total list of everything that's upcoming and in the system for Daniel Warren Johnson. Below that is a carousel of PDF previews for some of the books that are coming up soon. Below that is the Last Call Carousel. That's the one we'll be using today. But below that is the next Wednesday's items. This is everything on my invoices coming in on Wednesday, December 18th. Yeah, wow. And the bottom carousels are both event carousels, crossovers, big titles. Things are happening. It's all down there. So let's scroll back up to Last Call Carousel and open that up. Once you open that up, you'll see we scroll top to bottom. We also got these nifty filters on the top, alphanumeric behind the red buttons, and we got drop downs for publisher, category, brand, etc. Pretty much find everything that you're looking for with those tools. All right, now that we are up to speed, let's bring me back in and say, first thing we'll be looking at today is, oh yeah, because we got a shorter list, I can show you a couple other things. Let's start out with a few graphic novels. First up from Floating World. Yeah, let me do that. First up from Floating World is Ted Goldenberg's The Retirement Party. This is a 64-page one-shot original graphic novel from creator Teddy Goldenberg and published by Floating World Comics. In manga, we got this new volume from publisher Hotter Faith. written with art by Siku. This is a manga Bible. From the creation of the earth to the ultimate showdown between the forces of good and evil. This is the greatest story ever told. Available on January 29th. And from DC Comics, we got this original graphic novel for a YA audience called Jimmy Olsen's Super Cyclopedia from writer Gabe Soria and artist Sandy Jarrell, who did that cover. Looks like Jimmy Olsen's got a hold of a mother box. Uh-oh. Hooray for mother boxes. And then next up, we got... let's do new printings. Sure, we got enough of those. First up no, that's right. I want to show you some graphic novels. Pardon me. This is trade paperbacks, yes. We got a trade paperback collection of Torpedo 1972. This was the recent miniseries from Ablaze Comics and famed creators Enrique Sanchez Abuli with one of my favorites from the crime noir genre, Eduardo Rizzo, the artist of 100 Bullets, is here for some good old-fashioned mob drama, Torpedo 1972. From Boom Studios, we get this big giant collection of Farscape miniseries. This is 688 pages for $49.99. This is the soft cover. There is a hardcover with the same art. But that is $10 extra, $59.99. Okay, then over at Sumerian Comics, we get a collection of Crow Dead Time. This is the recently reprinted miniseries from James O'Barr and Alex Maleev doing interiors with this cover by Christian Rosado. Also from Sumerian Comics, we get a collection of The Fog. This is a sequel that collects all 4 issues of the best-selling licensed comic book series now in one terrifying volume. That's right. From Sumerian Comics, The Fog, 120 pages for $19.99. And over at DC Comics, we get a hardcover collection of Batman Dark Age. This is a hardcover collection of the recent miniseries by Mark Russell and Mike Allred, collecting that 6-issue series all under one hardcover. 264 pages for $39.99. And that'll do it for original graphic novels. Now let's move on over to, let's see... Now is it time for new printings? I think it might be. Oh, but I'm doing this a little bit different too. It's all good. It'll make sense. First up in new printings is Wind, The Power of the Blood. Number 1, second printing with a new cover by Michael Dialanis. This is a new volume in the Wind series, and it gets a new printing with number 1. Over at DC Comics, we get a couple of new printings of Absolute Wonder Woman with this Hayden Sherman cover on third printing of number 1. A Lyrics Lee cover. Wow, that's amazing. On this third printing. And also a foil version of the original cover by Hayden Sherman for an extra couple of bucks. $6.99 for Absolute Wonder Woman number 1 third print foil variant. Next up, we get a new second printing of Absolute Wonder Woman number 2 with this new cover by Hayden Sherman. A new Guillaume Marsh cover, very nice. And a foil variant of the Hayden Sherman cover. Over at Marvel, we get a bunch of new new printings for recently released items. This is all new Venom #1 second print with a non-foil version of this cover by Iban Cuello. And we get a second printing of Amazing Spider-Man #62. There it is. With this swell new costume from courtesy of Dr. Doom. That's pretty awesome. And we get a new printing of Laura Kinney Wolverine #1 with this new cover by, or no, this is a repurposed cover by Lyrics Lee. And of course, Ultimate Universe 1 year in gets a new printing. Sorry about the lack of a zoom in there. Of course, they're taking this phenomenal variant cover from interior artist Alessandro Capuccio and giving that the main cover treatment for this second printing. And we also get a third printing of Uncanny X-Men #1. Hooray for that, because this is sorely needed. A fantastic selling series from Gail Simone and artist David Marquez. This will be available on February 5th from Marvel Comics, 40 pages at $5.99. Second printing of West Coast Avengers #2 with a new Ben Harvey cover. And your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man #1 second printing. This was my pick of the week this week. It was a lot of fun. It's got some fun Steve Ditko energy in it. And that'll do it for new printings, but, well, I got a few more. I'm breaking out these beautiful looking facsimile editions. We get one from DC Comics from the limited collector's edition series. This is number 48, reprinting Superman versus the Flash with this cover by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and Bob Oskner. And we get a foil variant of that cover as well. Keep in mind, this is 48 pages for $16.99. This is 56 pages for $16.99 on that foil and $14.99 on the regular edition. Keep in mind, these are larger Treasury Edition size reprints. We have to store these up by the front counter because they're so big, and they're awesome, and you'll see them. Easy to spot. Oh, and we also get a blank variant version of this limited collector's edition number 48 facsimile edition. Whew, that's a mouthful. Ooh, look at this. One of my favorite covers in all of comics. Fantastic Four facsimile edition #2 with the buzz about the Fantastic Four coming to the big silver screen. We're going to get some big new reprints of classic comics from the Silver Age, featuring the first appearance of the Skrulls. The Skrulls from outer space. Invisible Woman's gonna crack one of them over the head. Watch out, Skrull, you big bug-eyed alien. All right, Fantastic Four #2 facsimile edition, and a foil variant. Likely that will be, let me see, $4.99 for the regular. Likely this will be $10 for the foil variant. Okay, that does it for new printings. Let's do some second issues. There it is. First up in second issues is Parliament of Rooks #2 from Ablaze Comics. I think #1 is coming in next week. It looks fascinating. I'm patient, but no, you can get this #2 available on January 8th. That's wishful thinking. Wind, the Power of the Blood #2. Follow up to that second printing of #1. And from the world of minor threats, The Brood #2. That #1 just debuted this last week with interior art by Ian J. Culberd and covers by Scott Hepburn. And we also get a new printing of, I'm sorry, this should have been in the previous section. All right. City Beneath Her Feet, number 1, got a second printing. We still got those in print, the first print, so yeah, let me know. Okay, moving on. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. This is the second issue of the new series by Jimmy Palmiotti. Number 1 was supposed to hit the shelf this coming week, but it got delayed. It might be another week out. We'll get it the day after Christmas, I think. All right. Jimmy Palmiotti is joined by Patrick Reynolds and Marco Failla on this cover. Get a second issue of Doll Parts, A Lovesick Tale. Number 1 just debuted this last week. And Metamorpho, The Element Man, number 2 will be shipping on January 22nd from Al Ewing and Steve Lieber. Very much looking forward to that. And we're going to get number 1, I think, next week as well. Okay, that does it for second issues. Let's move on over to first issues. We've got a bunch here today, so let's just get right to it. First up is from Boom Studios. Jim Henson presents number 1. This is a 40-page first issue to this all-new anthology series featuring creators Shannon Waters, Cameron Chitak, Jill 2, and more, working on all those beloved worlds of Jim Henson. With this Miguel Mercado cover, comes in at $5.99 from Boom Studios. We also have a Derek Kirk Kim cover, who's the creator of The Last Mermaid. It looks very cool. We also get Max Sarin in the interiors too. All right. Jim Henson presents number 1, $5.99, January 8th. Frankenstein New World. This new miniseries is called The Sea of Forever, from Mike Mignola, Christopher Golden, Thompson Nagowski, and Peter Bergting. Big fan of Peter Bergting's art. Let's move in on it. Where is it? Give it to me. There it is. He's got a cool Frankenstein scar. Frankenstein's awesome in the Hellboy universe. Big fan. And we got this Peter Bergting cover. Over at Floating World Comics, we get this one shot from artist Farrell Dalrymple called Robot Todd. There you are, Robot Todd. Oh, pretty birds. Robot Todd follows the adventures of the titular hero Todd, who's trying to regain memories and avoid capture by malicious wizards. This first issue introduces his companions, the kindly and shy Sept, her vitriolic and selectively invisible alter ego Ember, the inventive mouse person Fernfels, and Gwelder, the enigmatic Fox Guide. This new and lushly watercolored ongoing series is set in the same post-apocalyptic, psychedelic, magical world of the Wrenchies, and it will all hurt. From artist Farrell Dalrymple, this is Robot Todd, first issue of a new series from Floating World. Sumerian Comics comes up with this new intriguing-looking mini-series from Andrew Tarusov called Pinapocalypse. Yes. Series creator and artist Andrew Tarusov delivers this iconic feature image of one of the two of our leading ladies, Foxy, as she prepares to fight an army of the undead. Stay tuned for next month when our other leading lady, Roxy, just tell me about the comic. Set in 1950s small-town America, this satirical adventure pits two stylish pinup girls against hordes of zombies and aliens. Inspired by Hollywood filmmakers like Ed Wood, Sam Raimi, and Edgar Wright, Pinapocalypse is an out-of-this-world story. that I keep losing my place on. It's an out-of-this-world story with a Gil Elfgren aesthetic to titillate readers. So we have titular and titillate, both in the same episode of Final Order Report. You're welcome. Pin Apocalypse #1 has this A cover from Andrew Tarasoff, who also did the B cover and the C cover, and did this Walking Dead homage cover for Pin Apocalypse over at Sumerian Comics. This is #1, shipping on January 22nd. Yeah. Image Comics comes out with a new one-shot in the Horizon Experiment format. This one called Finders Keepers. Comics powerhouse Vita Ayala, and superstar artist Skylar Patridge reunite for a new type of action-adventure tale following a Puerto Rican reverse Indiana Jones. A thief stealing from museums to return artifacts back to their native cultures. Yeah, we got this A cover from interior artist Skylar Patridge, a Tula Lotte connecting variant, and this blank sketch variant on Finders Keepers. This is a Horizon Experiment one-shot from Skylar Patridge and Vita Ayala. Also from Image Comics, we get this new series premiere, Return to the Land of Oz, in this new comic book adaptation of L. Frank Baum's classic novel, The Patchwork Girl of Oz. Perfect for fans of Young and Strom's Twig. Otis Frampton brings his unique style to the 7th book in this classic fantasy series. Patchwork Girl of Oz #1 is 32 pages with a $3.99 cover price, available on January 22nd. Ooh, here's a big one. Big anniversary for Savage Dragon. This is one of the longest running series in Image history. It's one of the longest running series in self-published history, and it's one of the longest running series featuring the same artist. This is Savage Dragon #275 by Eric Larson. Give this man a hand. Prisoner of the Reds. Malcolm Dragon, Super Patriot, Battle Girl, and Paul Dragon invade Russia to rescue an American prisoner. But things seldom go as planned. Also featuring the usual assortment of awe-inspiring backup stories. There it is. Yeah, also featuring the usual assortment of awe-inspiring backup stories that readers have come to grudgingly tolerate. Comes with our highest possible recommendations. This is Savage Dragon #275 with the A cover by Eric Larson, of course. A B cover also by Eric Larson, but with a 70s trade dress variant. I'll show you the details there. Yep. And this Nikos Kotsis variant, all for Savage Dragon, a milestone issue of #275 from Image Comics and Eric Larson. And that does it for our look at small press today. Let's head on over to the big boys. And the first thing we have from DC Comics is this hilarious looking one-shot just in time for Valentine's Day. It is DC's Lex and the City. As Superman flew away yet again, I had to wonder, was I trying to destroy him, or was he destroying me? Written by Brendan Hay, Sina Grace, Dave Welgosh, a bunch of people. Oh my gosh, with art by Howard Porter, Serge Acuna, Stephen Byrne, Lisa Sturl, Leslie Hung, and more. It's Valentine's Day, which means that love and heartbreak are sweeping every city in the DCU. This anthology collects 8 stories of heroes and villains looking for love in the big city, with this A cover by Amanda Connor, hilarious. A B cover from Sawi. That is pretty cool. And a B cover from none other than So Micah. This is DC's Lex in the City, a Valentine's Day anthology one-shot from DC Comics, available on January 29th. Yeah. Also from DC Comics. Hi, Power Girl. Also from DC Comics, you get this new jump on point for Power Girl. Ongoing creative team of Leah Williams with artist David Baldion brings you this brand new start, a new look. Power Girl and her friends are the new owners of the Daily Star building, with plans to bring back its former glory. But their renovation disturbs a squatter living on the property, one who's not afraid to seize full control for himself. Luckily, Power Girl's ready for a fight, with a new look and a new costume, but the same old boob window gimmick. This is Power Girl number 17 with a Yannick Paquette cover. David Baldion on this cardstock variant. Ooh, a Mattia de Julius. Very nice. All for Power Girl number 17, available on January 22nd. That does it for DC Comics on the first issues this week. And we're going to wrap up with some Marvel Comics, and we'll kick it off with Eddie Brock Carnage. Well, surprise is spoiled. The most lethal protector of all. He's been Venom. He's been Anti-Venom. He's been the King of Black. Now Eddie Brock has made his darkest bond yet as he joins with the one and only Carnage. Can he control his new other's endless bloodbath? Or bloodlust, pardon me. Or will he give himself over to madness and murder? From writer Charles Soule and artist Jesus Saiz, they lead us on a journey into the darkest parts of the Marvel Universe with bloody death as our only guide. This is a parental advisory book with this A cover from Iban Cuello, Alessandro Capuccio. Wow. That's pretty gross. At least it's not all spitty. This very fun Chris Giarrusso cover. And a Mark Bagley foil variant. Let me see. That's probably going to come in at $10 if you're interested. Oh, and this $4.99 blank cover on Eddie Brock Carnage, number 1. And we get this wraparound cover, too, from Humberto Ramos. Same price. Cool for a wraparound cover. Nice line work. All for Eddie Brock Carnage, number 1, available on February 12th. Wow, that's far out. Okay, here's another big one from Marvel Comics. This is a follow-up to the breakout story Timeless. He's unstoppable, indestructible, incorruptible, immortal, and utterly alone. He is Power Man, ripped from the breakout story in Timeless. The god-slaying, gamma-powered, iron-fisted sentry from the future, Luke Cage arrives in the modern Marvel Universe, only to discover a foe and a mystery that will challenge even his incredible abilities. From timeless scribes Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, and joined by artist Bernard Chang, Power Man is a guided tour of the solar system that only Marvel Comics could provide. It ships with this Andre Bresson cover on A. But you can special order this Edwin Gelman cover. Ken Lashley cover. That's pretty fiery. And it's all for Power Man Timeless #1, available on February 5th from Marvel Comics. Oh, no, we got one more after this, but this is pretty big, folks. Charles Soule is back on Star Wars with Star Wars: The Legacy of Vader. Darth Vader's shadow extends into the rise of the First Order. The reign of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren begins. Kylo's dark obsession leads him to Mustafar. What secrets does Fortress Vader hold for the young tyrant? And what face from the past will guide him on his quest? From writer Charles Soule, with interior art by Luke Ross, we get a whole bunch of beautiful covers. We get Derek Chew on A wise choice for Derek Chew on A. That's where Derek Chew belongs. Annie Wu on B. I like that style, though. EM Gist on this very cool painterly cover. Karen Darbo on the Black History Month variant. And that's cool. Karen Darbo. Yeah. All for Star Wars: The Legacy of Vader. Oh, we also got this Ramon Rosales cover. All for Star Wars: The Legacy of Vader #1 from Charles Soule and Luke Ross, available on February 5th from Marvel Comics. Okay, we're going to wrap up our focus on first issues with this from Marvel Comics. Year 2 starts here on Ultimate Black Panther #13. With Moon Knight defeated and the Maker's Council forced to regroup, T'Challa must learn the secrets of vibranium because his very life and soul are at risk. The Sorcerer Supreme can help understand the truth of the terrifying element that built Wakanda, but her aid comes with a price. This is Ultimate Black Panther #13 from Brian Hill and artist Stefano Caselli, kicking off Ultimate Black Panther Year 2 with this cover by Stefano Caselli, Ario Anandito, Benjamin Sue. All for Ultimate Black Panther #13, available on February 19th. And that wraps up our focus on new printings. Now, let's take a quick look at... Hey, it's time for events. We got all kinds of upcoming events happening, including one this evening. But just remember, next Wednesday, December 18th, is New Comic Day at Green Brain Comics. We're kicking off our 8-hour day at 11 a.m. with big new series premieres like The New Gods, TVA, and this original graphic novel adaptation of War of the Worlds by Chris Mould. And you can get a preview of New Comic Book Day Tuesday night at 6:30 right here on YouTube and Facebook. Check out Brain Scan live from the floor of Green Brain Comics. Join your hosts, myself, and my amazing dancing partner, Katie, as we take you on a tour of New Comic Book Day at Green Brain Comics. Before that, Monday, December 16th, is Brain Candy number 63, a live program of music, prose, poetry, and visual art curated by the Emerging Writers Network. Maybe I should have gotten out of the way for all that. Yeah. That's the stuff right there. All right. We got amazing creators this month. Let me take that back a little bit. Brain Candy number 63 is happening this Monday, December 16th. It's a live program of music, prose, poetry, and visual art, curated by the Emerging Writers Network. And this month featuring the visual art of Isabel Tavares, the music of Toof Francis, the poetry of Steve Hughes, and the prose of Jimmy Showers. It all happens and is presented free of charge inside Green Brain Comics on the third Monday of every month. That's this Monday, December 16th at 7 p.m. Join us for Brain Candy number 63. And this evening, if you're watching this Friday, you still have some time. Get your heavy coat on and head over to Downey Brewing for our bi-monthly East Dearborn Drink and Draw. That's tonight, Friday, December 13th at 7 o'clock. Downey Brewing Company is located at 13121 Prospect Avenue in just outside of the East Downtown Dearborn neighborhood. You can find out more about them at downeybrewingcompany.com. Hope to see you there. And of course, I'd like to thank you for joining me here on Final Order Report today. Just remember, deadline for final order cutoff is this Monday noon, December 16th. Please confirm all the items in your cart before the deadline. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me here on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.